Yeah, if you could tell me a bit about yourself.
Okay, well, my name is Khuumba Ama, which is the name I received. Khuumba is a Kiswahili word meaning creativity. And Ama is a Fante word meaning female born on Saturday, which I'm all those things. So the community, actually, because I was always making something, creating something, and in my vendor spot. And so one day when I arrived, there were already some people waiting for me, and they went, "Oh, Khuumba's here." So I went, "Oh, Khuumba." That's me, because so something. And Ama came about. A friend of mine who's from Ghana. I happened to go to her house one day, and she was 9 months pregnant. So of course she was in labor. She was in labor that day, and I actually delivered her baby. And trust me, it was purely divine, because I did not know what I was doing. I just seemed to know, how to check the baby's coming, and the baby had the cord around his neck, so I stuck my finger in, and I have to say it was the most beautiful, disgusting experience that I've ever had. But and then I didn't see the child for 15 years. And when I saw her, she looked exactly the same as the day she was born. And so I was officially the godmother, and I received the name Ama. Female born on Saturday, which I am a female born on Saturday. So I think Spirit just lined it up so that I could get my name.
So how long have you been an artist?
Well, I've always been an artist. Since I was a little girl, I used to make things, I used to like to write and create, but I didn't think of myself as an artist. I was just a child who liked to make things. And I married an artist, and I did a lot of promoting for him. And one day, one of his friends came to our house and said to me, "He paints, but you're the artist." And when I am, so that's the first time that someone had made reference to me being an artist, and that I actually thought of it.
So, but you and you also, what else? You do other things as well. You do healing and.
Yes, again, Reiki. I didn't know anything about it. I happened to go to a sunrise meditation, and the facilitator did Reiki. I had no idea what it was, but I let her, work on me, and I think it was the next month, because it was once a month, I went to the Reiki session, and she went to me, she says, "Okay, are you ready to learn Reiki?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" She says, "No, you have the gift, so you need to learn Reiki." And she took me as a student for free. And so I always had an ability to touch people, because it's what I do. I'm a number six. Number six are caretakers and healers and, family person. And so learning Reiki just kind of enhanced what it was that I already did naturally, which I didn't know was a skill. And so I found that I really enjoyed it, and that I was actually helping people, that people would call me for services, for their healing, for even if it was just to talk. So I found that resonated. It just resonated with me, that was something I was supposed to be doing. And as time went on, then I discovered really that it wasn't the artist, it was the healer, and the art became a tool in which I use in my healing work.
So how do you use the art as a tool, as you say?
Well, I'm a teaching artist in middle school, and I use it to work with at-risk young people, children who are in so-called low, I don't want to say low income, I don't know, in communities that are at risk. And so I go in and I work with the young people, and I always try to create some venue within that space to invite the parents, because I find that the parents need to work too, right, in order to help the children. And that has branched out to working with senior citizens. So the community. As a matter of fact, in my community where I live, they call me the community artist because it's what I do.
So
I
you
try
work
to-
with from the young to the very old?
Yes,
Uh-huh.
yes, yes,
Yeah.
I do. Yes, I do. I created a program for senior citizens called Creativity Saves Minds, and where I work with senior citizens who are experiencing dementia or Alzheimer's. And that seems to work, and it's very simple. I do things like have them do journaling to help with their memory. Certain
Yeah.
art projects that
Yeah.
that they have to actually use their fingers
Right. Uh-huh.
to work with, so
Yeah.
that they
Keep
work
supple
on that.
and-
Yes, and just we do a STEM kind of a STEM writing. Like I'll give them a STEM something like today was beautiful because, and then they have to write and they have to think about it. And it's simple, but it really works. They remember. And the director said to me one day, she says, I asked her about a certain thing that I want to do, and she says, I don't care what you do. She says, because when you're here, they run through the door. She said, I love to see them running, and I love to see them running too.
Oh, right, that's really good. So we're standing in front of some of your work here.
Yes.
Can you, this particular piece, can you express to us, what
This
was the
is
inspiration?
The inspiration is I love to tell stories. So basically, what my collages are stories. And this particular piece is about Maya Angelou, who happened to live around the corner from me in Harlem. And so I got to know her a little bit, and she was a wonderful mentor. And I wanted to start this series. I actually began with this piece, Muhammad Ali, which I call the People's Champion series. And so all of my collages are telling stories about some of what our champions, which Maya Angelou was one of our champions. She was a great motivator. She left lots of information and guidance for us to use. Her book I read when I was a teenager, I Know Why the Cage Bird Sings. I had no idea really what it meant, but I grew into an understanding of what that was all about. And she was just such a regal, wonderful person, and so happy to be a woman of color and inspire other women of color. And so I thought I needed to immortalize her in her story.
Yeah. Okay, so how can we get in contact with you? Where can we find you online?
Okay, well, you can find me on Facebook at Khuumba's Creative Images. You can reach me by email at khuumbaspirit54, that's 54 at gmail.com.
Lovely. Well, thank you for taking the time to talk to me. I must ask, what's kind of next for you in terms of exhibition? Because you've come to Barbados as part of CAFA Fair,
Yes.
which is really exciting. Have you got any other exhibitions on the
Well, I
cards?
have an exhibition coming up at Baruch College in Harlem, which will be a tribute to Marcus Garvey.
Right.
So of course I'm working on a Marcus Garvey collage for that piece.
Okay, and we'll have all the details in the links and in the program details
Yes,
for
you will.
everybody to see. Thank you
Yes.
so much.
Thank you.